Hello, weary traveler. Dude, I'm not some intro making machine. Hello and welcome to the top 6 GB10 speed team.
Evan, we've talked about this. Enough top 6s, dude. It's not
We're
good
not
for
doing
us.
top 6s anymore?
No, we've done all of them. Our doctor told us to stop.
For health reasons, we're gonna have to stop doing top 6s for a little while on the channel. So
Top
instead,
fives.
yeah, top 5s.
Maybe top 10s.
Take one off the top.
You guys choose.
You may be familiar with our 2020 GB10 guide that we put up on the channel back in like February or March. Well, this is a follow-up to that video. We're doing a Farmable speed team. So we got all the components for your speed team for you, and we're actually gonna go through them in order of speed tuning. So
Exactly.
write that down
Since this
somewhere.
is not a top.
Right, it's not a top. There is
Not
no
a top.
number one monster for your speed
Exactly.
team.
You just need them in this particular order.
And that particular order is as follows.
Stop bringing the computer. The first one is, big surprise, Lauren.
The light cowgirl. She's got defense break, slow, attack bar reduction, all on her first skill. And her second skill is all that, sans the slow, but with a heal block.
Even though she's not a damage dealer, she'll speed up your team because 1, death break, 2, keeps your team safe because the boss can't hit you back.
And because we're listing her first, that means that you also want her to go first on your team. So she's gonna set your team up with that defense break to facilitate the big damage that's gonna come a little bit later.
And don't forget to target the mid boss.
You're welcome. Considering that you've been farming GB10 for a little while, hopefully you've got some Swift runes on you. You're gonna wanna put Lauren on Swift, and she just needs enough speed to move ahead of everybody else on your team.
And very important, 45% accuracy at least, so she can land always those debuffs and maybe even strip the attack buff that the boss gets.
Her whole job is accuracy resistance checks.
The second monster on your list is our one and only Sigmarus.
The Water Phoenix. This is the monster that Lauren is setting up for. The big damage that comes immediately after, and alleged serial killer of bosses.
we haven't investigated yet. That's it. Multiple boss homicide. Sigmarus will be ruined on Fatal since you've been doing Giants, on attack crit damage attack ideally, or if you can't rock that, speed crit damage attack is fine too. And remember, crit rate is crucial for this monster because she freezes based on it, not only accuracy.
Oh! On the speed GB10 team, we did it. We went and did it to him. We put Raok on a speed GB10 team.
It works. It doesn't matter if he's a fire monster, he'll bring your whole team with him and reduce cooldowns while at it.
Look at what you can bring with you. So, if you're unfamiliar, Raok's second skill is Group Hunt. Is it Group Hunt?
Group Hunt.
It's Group Hunt.
We're too deep now. We can't
go back.
I think that's the name of the
Of
Tark
Tark one.
Team up, dude.
Oh, that's okay.
Team up. We knew it since the beginning.
No, we said it right the whole time. Team up. Look at what you stand to gain. If he brings, just the monsters we've talked about so far, if he brings Lauren and Sig with him, he's gonna defense break, slow, attack bar pushback, and deal crazy damage, and possibly stun.
And you don't even know who the other two monsters are, huh?
Yeah, well, we'll give you a taste right after we tell you that he should be ruined also on Fatal.
You need him to move after the Sigmarus because when he pulls Sigmarus back, it will reduce the cooldowns and you'll have a chance to hit the boss with big damage once again.
The next monster on the list is Naomi, the Wind Martial Cat 2-aid.
Exactly. She hits based on whatever how
many? Don't hit me. Ah!
Naomi deals damage based on the amount of debuffs that the enemy has, and she needs no crit rate if they're under any type of debuffs. So you need to put her on full damage, attack, and no crit rate at all. Perfect monster for Evan.
Absolutely, when you don't have a lot of crit rate to throw around. She was actually featured at number 5 in our top 5 2As for beginners guide. She's just an insane damage dealer if you haven't built her already. Attack, crit damage, attack. No crit rate.
Zero crit rate.
Zero crit rate.
I don't think you'll be able to land that. She also applies a branding effect that can increase the damage that your team deals even more.
And that's gonna synergize really well with the last person on your GB10 speed team. It's not a person.
You knew it was a dog.
It was a dog the whole time. Crow, the Dark Inugami, also 2-aid. Crow brings something very similar. He brings another form of team up where it's only one additional monster, and his third skill does big damage based on the number of debuffs on the enemy, and it also has a chance to apply a branding. This is a crazy team.
Yeah, this team's pretty good.
This seems like something we created in a lab.
It works.
You know, it's like, this feels like it was genetically engineered to destroy the boss. Like, it is the Doom to Super, you know? Like, we threw this thing off a cliff.
Nice, I'm glad that we're the bad guys.
Yeah! Do you get it? Do you understand that there's a lot of damage on this team?
But the key is Lauren, because she's gonna keep everyone alive. It's gonna avoid that the boss hits you back.
So that's the core team, but just in case you either don't want to farm for one of these monsters or you have something else built up already, we've included some substitutes. First is the newly buffed Akamamir, in place of Sigmarus.
Has to bring it in place of anyone, really.
Yeah, it can be
You
anybody.
can replace Raok. You still have the team up from Crow.
Next is going to be Tark instead of Raok. The OG, the original speed team for GB10 and DB10, hashtag bark for Tark. He brings Group Hunt, so he'll actually bring 2 additional monsters, unlike Raok, who has to be second awakened into that.
In case you don't want to second awaken one of these damage dealers, you can also get 2 fusion monsters of the likes of the Wind Vampire, Argan?
Argentina?
Can you check?
Orang.
Argan and
a
Orang.
Wow.
What? What?
I know this sounds scripted, but instead of them, you can bring 2 wind damage dealers that are both found in the fusion hexagram, Orang and Argan.
It's like they only have so
Are
many
they
vowels.
cousins?
Yeah, they only have so
something?
many vowels and consonants to choose from.
Oh, and I'm sure you're asking yourself, what about Lapis? Yeah, just throw Lapis,
Lapis
in
can
there. We
be
know.
in there. Yeah, we
Lapis
know. We don't.
always fits.
This Lapis is
Lapis.
great. The best farmer you've been sleeping on. We know.
That's right. Every video.
Everyone's like, oh, what about Lapis? We talked about Lapis.
We've been talking about her
We're the reason
for
you're
years.
talking about Lapis. And that's it. So get on out there and try out this speed team for yourself, or if you've done something similar with a different farmable team, let us know what it is in the comments below.
Nice.
That's the end of the video.